Okay, we're live. Alright, so let me clean my lenses, my sunglasses. What we're doing is we are sight fishing. I was just out here fishing, and I'm on this grass line right now, and there's a bunch of bass that I'm seeing just cruising around. And I'm trying to sight fish them. I've hooked a couple, but haven't landed anything yet. Hello? Yeah, so I'm just sight fishing these bass. But on this grass line, I'm wearing my polarized sunglasses. I'll literally just see bass cruising along this grass line right now. And I haven't seen any since we've been live, but they are here. I know there's like 1 2-pound bass that I've seen right now, but nothing landed yet. Had a bunch of bites. I know you guys can't really see through the camera, but like, let's see if this works. I literally, yeah, look at that. That's what I could see. Could see like way out there. I have no idea if that worked. It looks like it worked for me, but I don't see any bass at the moment. But when I don't see any, I'll just cast around where I have seen some. That's when I get bites. I believe I've had 2 or 3 bites, and I haven't landed any of the fish. But I'm literally just trying to sight fish some bass. Pretty much all it is. I don't know if these bass are spawning. I mean, the ones that I have seen are not. But technically here, they're supposed to already be done spawning and in the summer stage. But then again, I have not seen a single bass on a bed at all this year. This wind's making things difficult to see. But right before this stream started, I was just out here fishing like normal. Yeah, you just hit pre-spawn. I don't even know at this point, either they all just spawned and I never even knew it, or they're just not going to spawn at all this year, which I hope doesn't happen, but I never know. Maybe they just spawned out deeper and I couldn't see. Oh, there's one. There's one. I just saw a wake. But right before I did this stream, I was just out here fishing like normal, and I heard a bunch of buzzing noises, and I thought the wind had just picked up or something like that. And I looked up right here, and I'm not even joking, it's like their beehive got knocked out. There were literally like 10,000 bees just all right here. So then I looked down there, and they're already gone, way gone by now. But like, not even joking, legit 10,000 bees were all just swarming right above me. This is only my second ever live stream of bass fishing. I don't think I've ever caught a bass live. I've not caught a bunch of bluegill. There's a bunch of bluegill out there. If you guys remember, we also stocked the pond on April 1st. So like almost exactly 1 month ago. Tomorrow it'll be a month ago. But we stocked our pond, and I'm also seeing a bunch of these little bass that we just stocked a couple weeks ago. And they're just cruising along the grass line, like the bigger ones. But I'll literally just be out here fishing, and then I look right there, and I'll see a 2-pound bass just cruising. And I cast right in front of their face, and they don't eat it whenever I see them. But then when I cast out like in front of where they swim, then they eat it. But one of them, I was just doing what I'm doing, just dragging along the bottom. And I was like, why is my line being so weird? And then all of a sudden, my rod just jerked. And I was like, oh, well, that's a fish. So I set the hook and I did not catch him. And then it did the exact same thing a couple casts later. But I'm just using a Zoom trick worm on a Texas rig. I've been wanting to throw a frog, but to be honest, I don't think they'll eat that right now at this point in time. You'd think that if you just see grass lines like this and you just throw a frog out there, you'll get a blow up every cast. I don't know. In the last week or two, there's been millions, like literally millions of tadpoles. And they started over there on that bank, and they've stretched all the way across the pond. And there were tadpoles. Literally, you'd walk around the pond and you wouldn't be able to take a step without seeing tadpoles. And I don't see it as many anymore. So I think they're starting to grow legs and swim off. So yeah, that's when the frog lure is going to come in handy. When you have 2 million tadpoles that just hatched. Well, now that I've started the live, I haven't seen any. Of course, when I start recording, that's when they go away. Sometimes when they're closer to the surface, I'll see their whole body swimming around. And sometimes when they're right there, I'll just see a dark shadow. When I say like, oh, there's one, then you guys are gonna be like, where? You probably can't see it, but it's like, I think it's like 80 degrees right now. No clouds, slight breeze, sunny, feels good. People are mowing their lawns. It's pretty much summer. I have not seen a single bass since I started this live stream. But I'll just cast around where I think there's some bass or where I saw some before, and they'll eat it. Oh, thank you, Hockey Star 5. Yeah, I hope so too. I don't think I've ever caught a bass alive. This will be the first time. I've caught them in my videos, but not during a live stream. And now I can't see any, and I think these ducks are just muddying up all the water. But if I don't see any more here, then I could always I've seen a bunch of them splashing over there. Then I saw some bass over there. But today, since it's full-on sunlight with no clouds or nothing, the water is really clear. It's honestly kind of surprising that the water is this clear. Because yesterday we had, like, what's funny is if you would look around right now, you would never know it. Like, what baitcaster is this? This is the H2O Express baitcaster. It's just the Academy brand. And then the rod that I had for it broke, so this is just an Academy brand rod. It's camouflage. But literally, if you just looked out here, you wouldn't know it. But yesterday, it was literally like 30-mile-per-hour wind all day, and it was in the 50s. And overnight, there's now a slight breeze, no clouds, pure sunlight, and it's probably 80 degrees right now. But for Texas, 80 degrees feels like 90 because humidity. I'm unable to connect at this moment. I don't know if it just froze for you guys or what, but I just disconnected from the internet for a second. 0 viewers. It says 0 viewers. I don't know if that's true. It's been wrong before. Okay. I don't know what just happened. But, it said that I was disconnected from the internet. I don't know why. I've always had internet here. Yeah, okay, well, I guess it's back on now. Alright. I guess I just lost internet for a second. I had to reconnect to it. I think I'm gonna go right here. Both of the koi are right here. They've been here all day. There's koi number 1. You guys can barely see. Koi number 1 and koi number 2. We still haven't decided what we were gonna name them. We got name suggestions in the video where I caught them, but we haven't decided. They are right there. You can kind of see them. Yeah, there's one. You can see that one. What do I film on? I film on my iPhone 13 Pro, which I'm using right now. Just a cheap little $20 chest strap from Amazon. I started off with an iPhone X, and I would just prop it up on the cooler, like back when I started YouTube. It was not best. And then I got a tripod. And then my iPhone X broke. So then I got the 13 Pro. And I used this chest strap. Literally, you could just go search out chest strap for iPhone on Amazon. And you'll probably see the one that I'm using. It's like $20. I'm not seeing any bass over here. Let me check this grass line, see if there's anything. Oh, there was one right there. I don't know if y'all saw that. The bass just came to the top of the grass line right there. I kind of want to tie on a frog, but I still don't think they would bite it for some reason. Today's not really a top watery day. But if I just cast out and I let it sink and then start fishing it like normal, I'll get a bite. But if I see a bass and I'll drop the worm right in front of it, they will stop in their tracks and swim in the exact opposite direction. Literally, they happened earlier. I saw a bass, so I cast it, and the second he saw that worm, he swam in the complete opposite direction. And then one of them, when he saw it, he went towards it, and then he changed his mind, and he swam away. But I feel the most confident over there where I saw some bass. I believe this is my first live stream in like a month. I don't do too many. Back over here, see if I can see some. Those are the whistling ducks, or wood ducks, whatever you call them. Those are wild. Like, these ducks are completely wild. There's more over there. There's been hundreds of them over here at once. And then those are our ducks over there. We have 2 more, but a lot of wild birds come in here. Like, these whistling ducks, there's always at least like 1 here. But these are completely wild. We did not buy them. We did not put them here. They just came on their own and they stay. And those ducks we bought, those are our ducks. We have full ownership of them. And then 2 brown mallard ducks. They came, and there's one of them over there. I don't know where the other one is. But since they're mallard ducks, which is what we raise, we just literally adopted them. They came and we said, well, I guess these are ours now. That's how it is with a lot of the birds. And then we had some Egyptian geese for a couple weeks. There were 2 Egyptian geese for like a week, well, a week and a half. And then they brought their friends. So we had 4 for a day. And then they left and didn't come back. And then the other 2, they left. And they didn't come back until 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. One of them came back. And then it flew away. We have a lot of birds that come here. Okay, what happened to all the bass? Like, where did they go all of a sudden? When I'm not recording or anything, they'll come out and they'll be all enjoyable and swimming on the surface where I can see them. And The second I start recording, they change their mind. Oh, look, here. One of the bass that I hooked broke the tail on this worm. That's not kind of focused. Yeah, right there. Broke the tail on that worm. The water's already pretty clear in general, but like when I take my sunglasses off, I can see a lot of the grass. But when I have them on, I can see literally everything. Like when I have my sunglasses off, I can see the grass to where about my rod is, like right there. And then when I have them on, I can see literally the grass to the other side of the bank. All the way over there, I see all that. But it's not about seeing the grass, it's about seeing the bass, which is what I can see. What's the biggest bass I've ever caught? The biggest bass I've ever caught was a 6-pound largemouth. The biggest spotted bass I've ever caught was, I've only ever caught one. It was a lake 2 hours north of where we live. We live on the Gulf Coast, so we don't get a lot of spotted bass, but biggest bass I've ever caught is a 6-pound largemouth last year during the pre-spawn when they were all extremely fat. Probably normally would have only been a 4-pounder, but it was full of food and eggs, so. I literally can't see any bass now. It's kind of annoying that they all left. When you can't see them, you just gotta go to the good old-fashioned way. Just cast out and hope you get a bite. I think sight fishing can be more fun at sometimes, especially like with gar fishing. Sight fishing is my favorite method to do it. But with bass fishing, you could sight fish them. But what's annoying is a lot of the times they'll swim away from your bait. Like if they see your bait, like I told you, they'll swim in the exact opposite direction. Sometimes if you aggravate them into it, they'll eat it. And sometimes you'll be lucky and they'll be hungry and they'll eat it. But it's fun that you can see the bass, but when they don't want to eat, that's what gets annoying. But with gar fishing, you'll see a gar swimming on the surface. Literally cast almost any bait. It's most fun with the topwater. You can use poppers, whopper ploppers, other prop baits, walking baits, spooks, literally anything. If you're out there and you see a gar and you cast a topwater at them, if you get it right in front of their face, it's very rare that they won't eat it. Literally like I might have one. Nope, there's grass. But speaking of gar fishing, I've been doing a little bit of gar fishing lately. I haven't caught one. But I could literally walk to it, but I don't. But like 2 minutes away from our house. We don't live in a neighborhood, so it's not like one of those, we don't have those places like you could just walk to, like your local neighborhood pond. You just walk to your pond, or if you have anything near you. But this bayou right there, 2 minutes away from our house over there. Well, car ride. It'd probably take 15 to 20 minutes to walk there. But there's so many gar there. I would like to make some gar videos, but I'm not apparently the best at catching gar. I've loved gar fishing since I started fishing. I've watched hundreds of videos on how to catch them. I know every method, but whenever I go out and do it, they just don't bite. I don't know if it's where I fish or what. I've had them bite, but I've just never landed one. Well, I've landed a spotted gar, but never an alligator gar. But over there's like that spot that I was just talking about. It's not good. It's not really good for anything, any other type of fishing except for gar. Because if you go there at the wrong time of year, you're going to see absolutely nothing. In the wintertime, you would never know that there are fish there. In the summertime, you'll see a lot of gar. But in late July and early August, something called the menhaden spawn begins. It's like the shad spawn. They kind of are shad, but they're in saltwater. And some people call them bunker and stuff like that. But these menhaden, they'll all hatch out of their eggs. And last time we did it, we went there and we were there for like 2 hours probably. And non-stop, just a never-ending school of millions of menhaden just swam right in front of the dock. So what we would do is we cast net those menhaden and throw them on a small hook and just cast out and reel it super slowly, and we catch a ton of ladyfish. So pretty much that spot is only good for gar, and if you're there the right time of year, you can catch a lot of ladyfish. And if you hit it in late July and early August, you'll get ladyfish, and there'll be a bunch of gar mixed in with them. But that spot is just so weird because there's a million things to get snagged on. We get snagged almost every time we go. And it's a bayou. It's not like a pond or anything like that. And it's completely brown water. In fact, the bayou is called Chocolate Bayou. Like, the water is brown. And it's like, technically it's brackish water, but there's no freshwater fish there. Oh look, one of the stocked bass. I told you earlier on the live stream we stocked a bunch of bass in April. You guys saw the video. One of them was right in front of me. I bet he goes for my worm, but he's too small to eat it. He's only like 5 inches long. Yeah, he's looking at it. Oh, he ate it. He ate the tail. Oh, that's so funny. So there's a 5-inch bass, and it just nipped at the tail of my worm. I don't even know if it's 5 inches. That one might be smaller, because I think this worm is like 6 inches. I have 12-inch worms. Never caught a fish on them. But what I was saying about that spot is there's so many places to get snagged. The water is completely brown. And it's like one of those places where it's brackish water, but it's not salty enough to hold a lot of your saltwater fish. But it's not fresh enough to hold your freshwater fish. And there are some freshwater fish there. The bass is eating it. But the only issue is, oh, there's a bass. See one. The only issue is there's like a barrier between the saltwater and freshwater. So freshwater fish couldn't get into the saltwater. Otherwise, there'd probably be a lot of bass there and stuff. But another thing that's really interesting is there's so much bait fish there that you would think it would be the best place to catch fish ever. Like, if you throw a cast net there, almost every cast you'll catch fish, and I'm not talking about like little bluegill. Almost every cast you'll catch 8 to 12-inch mullet, hundreds of menhaden, just all the kinds of bait fish and shrimp that fish love. But there's just not that many fish there. There's gar, and that's about it. You'll be lucky to encounter a black drum. One time we were there, and not even joking, a school of about probably 50, 40-pound black drum swam right in front of us. And we threw a bunch of lures at them by the time, when they didn't eat them, because, I mean, they don't really eat lures that much. If you get them at the right time, they'll eat lures. So that spot's just really interesting. I saw one bass, but he went down. The reason I'm casting a lot right there where I just casted is because that's where I hooked a couple of my bass. So you'd think they'd be there, but oh no, that was grass. I'll know it's grass if it's just like I'm bouncing it and then all of a sudden I feel some weight and it just rips. That's grass. But when it just completely stops moving, that's when I gotta be cautious. And I'll just let it sit there. And if I feel like tap tap or like a pull, that's when I know it's a fish, so then I'll set the hook. Sometimes I'll catch them, sometimes I won't. What's funny is on these Zoom trick worms, I've never caught a fish on them, but I've had so many bites that you would think I would have already caught 10 fish on them. Got 20 of these trick worms for $5 at Academy. Where are the fish? This might not be a super long live stream, but usually when I do a fishing live stream, it'll be bluegill because I'll know I'll catch one. Oh, stock bass. There's another one right there. There's one right here, and then there's another one over there. I bet if I got my fly rod out and started fly fishing, I would catch these little bass. The only thing is, I don't think I can cast far enough out there where that one is. But there's one right there. Okay, I'll see really quick. Just grab my fly rod super quickly. See if I can catch one of these stock bass for you guys. I've caught one of them before. Some of them are growing super fast, and then I've seen a couple that are still pretty small. But they're if our actual like catchable sized bass, like bass over a half pound or 1 pound, if they were this aggressive, I would never get skunked. These baby bass are so aggressive, and I love it. Hopefully they're like this their whole life. This technically is still sight fishing for bass. It's just sight fishing, fly fishing for bass. I don't see it now. Well, the second I grab my fly rod, I don't see it. It's usually how it goes. The winds are not the best for fly fishing right now. I don't even have to like full on cast. I just have to get it in front of his face and he will guaranteed eat it. Almost guaranteed. I don't know why he wouldn't. He's a little bass, so he's gonna look for every chance at food he gets. Oh, there he is. Oh, eat it. Eat it. Oh, he ate it. He ate it. He ate it. Oh, he spit it out. Dang it. He didn't, I don't think he had the hook part in. He tasted it and he changed his mind. I think he tasted the thread in it. Oh, eat it. Oh my gosh. See, now this is the part where they become finicky again. Like our bass. Technically they are our bass. Oh. I jerked it fast to try and trigger a reaction strike and he went for it. For those of you, oh, there's a little bass out there. For those of you that don't know what a reaction strike is, basically if there's a fish, like mostly bass, but if they're not hungry enough to like actually eat, oh, there he is. Then you could do something called a reaction strike where you basically trigger reaction and it makes them want to eat it. It like triggers them. See, like when I strip it fast like that, triggers a reaction in his brain. Oh no, I'm wrapped. So there's a little bass out there. I don't know if that's one of the stocked ones or not because that one's pretty big. Where is he? These bluegill are more interested in it than he is. He had it for a second at the beginning. And I didn't pull it up because I didn't think he had it fully. Where is he? He's probably just down there and I can't see it. Oh, that bluegill can eat this. I bet he doesn't though. triggering a reaction strike with these bluegill too. By jerking it like that, they lose their minds. Okay though, where is the baby bass? I have no idea. Technically it is still sight fishing for bass. I'm just using my fly rod for a small bass. Maybe if I had a smaller fly, I bet he would eat it. This is one of my bigger flies, so. Yeah, I'll set this down and get back to conventional bass fishing while I'm waiting for him to come back. I feel like the second I pick this up and look down, he's just gonna be there. I'm out of 10 on fly fishing. I'm probably a 5. I'm not necessarily very good, but I'm not bad. I can make decently far casts, but not the best. Hello, Phillies. Carson and Hockey Star 5. What line do I use? This is also just the H2O Express 30-pound braid. There's 2 baby bass over there. Sorry I'm not keeping up with the live chat that much. I'm kind of answering late. Oh, there's a bass. I don't know if it's the same one. Oh, dang it. Turn away. Okay. Oh. No, come back. Come back. Oh, man. Cast farther. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's 2 bass. Cool. There's 2 of the stock bass. Strip it really fast. Reaction. Or not. Just don't eat it. It's not like I care. Okay, back to this. I'll probably just be switching off a lot. Where did you get the fishing rod? I got this rod from Academy and this reel from Academy, and I got the fly rod from Academy. I just realized that everything I'm using right now is from Academy technically. This is literally an Academy brand rod. Yeah, right here. It says Academy. It's not gonna focus. Not too worried about it. But yeah, everything that I'm using right now can be found at Academy. Maybe it depends on your Academy, but like this reel came with a rod, which I used. And then I went saltwater fishing and I just went to cast it and the rod snapped in half. So then I didn't have a rod for it. And then I was like, you know what? I got this old rod from Academy. Might as well throw it on there. Because technically this rod was with my first ever fishing rod and reel. Spin cast. But this is the only casting rod I had. It's got the pistol grip and the small eyes. But that's the only thing that I had that would be good for this reel. And then on my birthday, when I went to Bass Pro, I was going to buy a rod for it. But then I decided, since I already have a rod for this, might as well just buy a whole new rod and reel. So now I have 2 bait casters. I have 2 bait casters, 3 spinning reels, 1 spin cast reel, which is the Dock Demon. I mainly just use that for challenges and stuff. And then I have, what else do I have? Oh yeah, I have my fly rod. The one thing that's right next to me is what I couldn't remember. I wish I had a lure small enough that these little bass could eat it so that I could cast with spinning gear. Because fly fishing is awesome and it's really fun, but I'm not the best, like I said, at fly fishing. So if I see a fish way out there and all my lures are too big, then I have to go to fly and I can't cast that far. So there's different ways to trigger reaction traits for fish. Yeah, there's one of the stock bass out there. That is way too far for me to cast. Otherwise, I would be trying. I think I would be better at fly fishing if my fly rod wasn't broken. But the tip is broken off of it, so I literally had it for like a week, maybe 2 weeks. And I didn't have a rod holder out here, so I kept it inside. And I was walking outside to use it one time, and I closed the door on the tip, and it just snapped it. So then I started keeping it outside, even though I still don't have a rod holder for it. I just set it against a wall. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. It was originally an 8-foot, 6-weight fly rod. No, it's not 6-weight. 5-weight fly rod, I think. An 8-foot, 5-weight fly rod. Oh, yes. He's not out in his structure. He's just in the open water. It's kind of weird. I don't know what he's doing out there. Oh, he's looking at the worm. I just saw a bass out there. I tried to catch these little stock bass on the fly, but I haven't seen any more bass after that one that I just saw. So, what's weird about the bass that I just saw is he was out in the open water, so I bet if I had a top water, I would have thrown it out there and he might have eaten it. Might not have. But I have no idea what to, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're like suspended out in the open water. That wouldn't make sense because I did just see that one out in the open water. But I don't know what he was doing out there. I was kind of surprised that he was that far out from the grass. But they're not necessarily hugging structure either because that one, like I just said, was way out there. They're not spawning. And they're also not sitting on the surface. But they're also not hugging the bottom, so they're just, I don't know what they're doing. They're obviously not like feeding right now or anything like that. Otherwise, I would have already caught some. Reconnect, okay. It probably just glitched for you guys. I got disconnected from the internet. But this bait that I'm using, this is a Zoom trickworm in green pumpkin and chartreuse color. I've gotten bites on it. Have not caught a fish yet though. Oh, was that a bite? Or was that just grass? I think that was just grass. I don't know why I'm not seeing as many bass anymore. I don't know what time it is, so I don't know if they just like shut off or whatever. I'm assuming it's like 150 something, because when I started this it was like 110. Now this has been going for 40 minutes. But man, I just had a lot of grass. My bait is covered in it. Yep, look at that. It's a lot of grass. So we did only stock 20 of these little baby largemouth in here, but I feel like I've seen more than 20 different babies, so our bass might have spawned, but I don't know. That'd be crazy but the only thing is, normally in the springtime, whenever there's grass like this, we also don't have a cast net or a net this year. When you net the grass, we'll usually see a bunch of little baby bass. Like, I think 2 years ago, 2021, in March, we would take a dip net and we would net grass, and we would catch like 10 baby, less than 1 inch largemouth bass. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know how I just told you guys about those little baby bass? I heard a small little baby splash. Yep. A dragonfly landed right here, and one of the stock bass, look at it. I don't know if you guys see that. That stock bass just caught the dragonfly and just tried to eat it, but it's too big for him. Oh. He tried to eat that dragonfly. He caught it, and it's dead now. That's funny. This little baby bass caught a dragonfly, and now the bluegill are eating it. Don't take his meal. He's the one that caught it. Now they're going for my fly. These bluegill are all friends with this bass now. And then once this bass gets older, that's when those bluegill become friends. Become food. Pick this back up. But one of the little stock bass just jumped out of the water and caught a dragonfly, took it back into the water and drowned it. Tried to eat it, but the dragonfly is too big for him to eat. It's not a big dragonfly either, it's a baby dragonfly. It's still too big for a bass to eat. It just shows how aggressive these bass are. Literally, that bass just tried to eat a dragonfly that's the same size as it. I don't know why I'm not seeing as many bass now, except for the little ones. I haven't seen anything over a pound in a while. Or over a half pound, for that matter. See, there's that bass. He's under his dragonfly. He killed it and he can't eat it. Literally, that dragonfly is dead. It was under the water for too long. It drowned. But the bass can't eat it. I wonder how often they actually eat dragonflies in here. We have a lot around here, so they probably eat it pretty often. The hardest part about eating a dragonfly is catching it. I don't know how he caught it. The dragonfly must have just been on the bank. And then he saw it, and he literally jumped out of the water. I heard a little baby splash, and I was like, what is that? I don't know where the bass is now. All I see is the dragonfly. Oh, I had a bluegill. The dragonfly is just floating away. There's another dragonfly right there. That one's pink. Every time I pick up the fly rod, the bass goes away. Let's grab this back. I don't even know how long this live stream is going to be because the bass do not seem to be biting. I haven't seen one in a while. When bass aren't biting, but you can see them swimming around, you just get that motivation to keep fishing, even though they haven't even bitten a single lure. Because you just like seeing them and casting in their face, even though they don't eat. But I haven't even seen one in 5 minutes. This whole time I've been like, they're probably not going to bite topwater, and then watch it whenever I tie on a topwater. If I tie on a topwater, I catch like 3 of them in 10 minutes. I got a bunch of grass. Yep. I got a lot of grass. Not as much as I thought. The thing about Texas rigs is while they don't get grass on the hook, whenever you pull your line through, then they get grass on it. And lures like jigs and stuff like that, when they have weed guards, the weed isn't on the hook, but then it's on the weed guard. So I guess then it could just fall off, but I mean still. I should try a new lure. Yeah, I haven't got any bites on this in a while, so I think I might tie on a topwater. Oh, look, a turtle. They're right there chilling. I want to tie on a frog, so I think that's what I might do. I'm just going to leave these here just in case. That turtle's just chilling right there. Oh, he went down. Okay, I think I'm going to tie on either a frog or just fish with the chatterbait that I already have on here. So guys, what should I do? Should I fish with this chatterbait or should I tie on a frog lure? Let me know in the live chat. What should I do? While I'm waiting, I'll just make some casts with this. Fish with the chatterbait or tie on a topwater like a frog? Try the chatterbait if you don't get anything. Okay, so I'll fish with the chatterbait. With this, with the worm, I'm only fishing the bottom, and then with the topwater, I'd be on the top. So in this one, I could kind of change where I'm fishing the water column. Got grass. If I see a bass out there, I can just reel in front of his face, and then when I get close to him, just reel it super fast and stop it. Try and trigger a reaction strike like that. It might not even work, but we'll see. Just reeling it kind of at a medium pace. But this rod and reel, I'll tell you guys about this setup. This lure, first of all, this is the Z-Man original chatterbait and Carolina crawl. This is the half-ounce version. So half-ounce, it's Fire Crawl Z-Man original chatterbait. This is Bass Pro brand 65-pound braid with a Bass Pro Megacast bait caster combo. So it's the Bass Pro Megacast rod and the Bass Pro Megacast reel. Apparently, I like getting the brand of where I got it from, because I have the Academy brand bait caster and the Bass Pro brand bait caster. Getting quite a bit of grass on here. Oh no, that was terrible. I don't even know what just happened. Let that sink. Already got grass on it. Might have to just go straight to the top water if I keep getting grass like this. I saw that bass kind of out in the middle, so let me see if there's anything out there. You know you live on the Gulf Coast when you hear a seagull in your backyard. Hopefully I can get a bite with this chatterbait. I bet I'm not gonna get one like this, but I'm just gonna cast out to the very middle, just let it sink all the way to the bottom. If I get one doing this, I'll honestly be pretty surprised. Let me cast this as far as I can. Full spool. And almost no line left. If I don't get any bites on this chatterbait, I don't even think I'm going to throw top water. I think I'll just be done with the stream if I don't get any bites on this. I don't know why they're not biting. I've seen a lot. I literally titled this stream Sight Fishing for Big Bass because I thought I would be sight fishing, but then the second I started live streaming, all the bass swam away. They're probably all just still right here. They're just probably where I just can't see them. Oh no. One thing I wish YouTube Live had was an ultra wide setting, because normally when I record I get such like a wide angle because of my phone. I have ultra wide, but on YouTube it doesn't have that. It's just the normal setting, so that's why it's more zoomed in. Otherwise you'd probably be able to see like my hands in my reel right now, but there's no ultra wide on YouTube. So right there, I'm actually gonna let it sink. Oh gosh, that was a bad cast. I don't even know what happened there. Kind of like what happened earlier. I don't know why, but sometimes whenever I'm recording and I have the chest strap, it's like all normal and I'm just fishing. But sometimes I just forget how to fish with the chest strap on, and I miss every single hook set because I don't want to hit my phone. I don't know why, but why are they not biting? feel like the second I end the stream, I'm gonna see a bass. I'm gonna cast it and catch it. You guys will probably see a YouTube short on that. Pretty much what I do with my shorts is if I'm not recording a full video and I catch a fish, I'll record it and record some extra clips for it, and then put on a voiceover of what's happening. Makes it into a full video. But what I used to do is when I catch a fish, just record it and then record releasing it, and then that's a short. Now what I do is if I catch a fish, I'll record it, record releasing it, or just do it in one clip. Record me casting a couple times, maybe record the pond, and edit it all together, and put on a live stream describing what's happening. I mean, not a live stream, a voiceover describing what's happening. And that's a short. And maybe it gets 1.5 thousand views and I'll gain a couple subscribers. I've been making a lot of bluegill videos lately because I don't know why, but the bass haven't been biting that much. And then when we do catch a bass, I'm not recording a full video. The thing about recording shorts is they don't have to be planned. I can just go out fishing and then just throw some footage together. But to record a full video, I have to get the chest strap and plan it all. Do what I want to make the video of. Can't really just go out and put the chest strap on and just start bass fishing. I have to think of something catchy and creative. Mainly with bluegill fishing too. I don't just want to make a bluegill video of just bluegill fishing. That's why I do a lot of the fishing challenges whenever I'm bluegill fishing. And then if I do just go out and start fishing, I'll just think of a creative title of what happened. Oh! Dude, a bass followed my chatterbait. It wasn't even big. I don't think it was like barely a half pound probably. I don't even know why I tried to chase it. I think I might end the stream at an hour, so it's like 2 more minutes. Before I get ready to turn this live stream off, let me know in the live chat, do you guys want to see more live streams? Whether it's like going through my tackle box or just bluegill fishing or whatever. Oh, there's a bass. So before I get ready to, more live streams, okay? I just typically don't do a lot of live streams. I don't know why, I just don't. Never really think about it. Yep, alright, so I'll try and do more live streams. I don't do them that often. Some people do them like every night. I could try and do at least 1 or 2 a month. It's like once every 2 weeks or maybe, I don't know. I don't want to do them too often because, I mean I can, but like, I don't know. A spider web attached to my rod. There you go. And now it's attached to the line. Well, it's been an hour, but I think I'll make a couple more casts. Oh, there we go. Because I did see a bass over there. Oh, I'm in the grass, dang it. I'll put my other rods up and then cast over there where I saw that bass. Get these all hooked on. Take this Texas rig. This is a Zoom trick worm with a Stickies EWG hook and just a random weight. I don't know the brand or anything. And this is a Martin Classic fly tackle. And it's just a 5-weight fly. Yeah, an 8-foot 5 to 6 weight fly rod. And just some typical fly line, braided nylon with, I think, a 15-pound leader. I don't know what the backing is or anything like that. I'm not an expert fly fisherman. It's one of those hobbies where, like, I do it whenever I want to catch bluegill on lures or something like that. The rod holder. Got a couple rods, you know. Proficiency Crazy, Shimano FX 2500 HG, H2O Express baitcaster, Jade's spinning reel, Shakespeare Navigator, and then this Shakespeare Durango, and then the Dock Demon, and then my Bass Pro Mega Cast baitcaster. But these two koi have been here all day. Usually they're not just right here all day. One bass before I turn it off. I feel like then if I catch one bass, then I want to keep streaming. I'm willing to set a medium pace, medium to slow. Just, oh look, one of the stock bass. Now that I put my fly rod up. But I'm kind of reeling it fast enough to just make it chatter. Just get that blade going. Here's the little bass right there. Alright. Well, I did not catch anything. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this live stream. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye and happy fishing.